all that they had was this thing that is super difficult and toxic and, like emotionally driven and brutal, just brutal. Like, I mean, brutal audience, sometimes brutal other comedians, like, and we're competing like we're playing in the NFL.
Yep,
like
absolutely.
all of us want to be Tom Brady.
And the percentages are the same.
What's good?
In terms of how many people are trying to be a comedian, how many people will ever be known for doing that, is the equivalent percentage of how many kids play college football and are trying to be Tom Brady.
Right.
There's a brutality to comedy that if you survive it, you have become this creature.
And that's the thing. Like, so it's like when you get to a point as a comedian, and let's just say, I would equate it with college. Like, if you played in college or you played a college, you suddenly feel like I am ready to go pro. Even though like you have to keep temp jobs sometimes because you didn't book enough colleges. Like, I'm not special enough to play colleges as a comedian.
Anytime we put our label or anytime we put our name on an event, it is now an extension of the entire campus climate that we're trying to create.
Like there is like not a huge market, and this is not the oppression, this is just reality, like for like white males without some sort of like struggle or some sort of disability or some sort of like, you have to have there's got to be a moral to the story, or it has to like provide some sort of educational purpose, or you just have to have been on TV, perhaps in the Jersey Shore, and then you're worth tens to 50s to, 200s of thousands of dollars.
Actually, catastrophe, but thanks for letting me here tonight.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. And before I go real quick, I gotta say one more thing. Mr. Trump, I think you should run for president. I probably really mean that's a stupid idea. All right.
But until then, I made $1,500 at college, started playing it. So then I'm like, I'm gonna go pro.
That's a first.
I'm already playing colleges. They'll care about me. They didn't. Because those shows were rough. I mean, they were like they were like unannounced.
What a comedian does on our campus isn't the same that they would do at an open mic at the bar a few hours later.
Why not?
Why? Because a student would respond.
Just like, I would just show up. Yep. And it would be like one of two scenarios: either a conference room with a stack of pizza on a table, either right in front of me or to the side.
Hey, what's up? Do you want a slice of pizza? Hey.
Right in front of me was always interesting because then it was just like, not only do people not want to sneak into the back to just, interrupt the comedy show because they're afraid comedians just have to shit all over them for being late. I'm, 50-50 on that. It depends on what mood I'm in.
What you look like, yeah.
It depends on how well the jokes are going. Yeah. Like, it depends on how interesting I find the decor in the room. I don't know. Like, if I'm distracted, I don't care. And if I'm in the middle of something, I just ignore you. So I'm just going to finish.
Can I finish?
But yeah, they don't want to come at the back. Now they don't want to come down and get pizza because they have to step right in front of the guy they're trying to avoid. Like, dude, I know the fear because I once ran across the Comedy Cellar to the bathroom because I was hanging upstairs and Lisa Lampanelli was on stage.
Even though you're kind of a white black guy, like, a Bill Cosby black.
I don't want to catch her eye. And, whoa, of course I did.
Of course you did. She's that's like, what she does, my friend.
Yeah.
Even you with your queer-looking head.
I think she called me like a cock-sucking twink.
Yeah.
And then, she asked me how many black cocks have I sucked, and am I going are you going to the bathroom to get Keith Robinson to fuck you in the ass?
There you go.
Can we slow this music down a little bit? Like a nice slow jam.
My God.
It's okay. It's okay. Michael Che got me at the Comedy Cellar. I laughed too loud. And he looked over and saw me and immediately said something to do with the fact that I was the only black guy at the table of white people, and something to do with, are you trying to impress all the white people?
Why do black people always have to get over shit so quickly? Thanks, black lady.
I was like, fair enough, but I got off really quick. because there was an Australian dude and his wife in the front row, and the wife was very attractive, and Michael Che made a comment, and the dude stood up, and Michael Che just spent the next 20 minutes just literally trying to get the guy to like want to fight and leave the club.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
That was like, so I was very happy the Australian man took the heat off me.
What's going down, bro? Going down. Oh, yeah, just blowing the froth off a couple.
Oh, so Che was trying to bait him into getting thrown out?
Oh yeah, it was phenomenal.
You know, see, that's the thing. You have to make that choice. You can make that choice when you're Michael Che at the Comedy Cellar, but when you're me and I am the feature act supporting Ben Roy as a headliner.
Because if you think about it, it's not blue-collar people that like CrossFit. It's white-collar people that like CrossFit. So basically, white-collar people are paying to simulate work that they themselves would never be fucking caught dead doing.
In a comedy club in Greeley, Colorado that was underneath a King Soopers.
Oh, there you go.
And we played for, I don't know, 6 people, but you know, it was a booked show. I mean, we got paid what you get paid on the road to do this show. I did my time, but I ended it with this closer where I basically somehow in my comment to the only couple that stayed, 2 people right up front, I made some remark about, he said something, it implied that like she was a hooker. I don't remember exactly how the joke went because it wasn't very good. I buried it a long time ago.
And while it is clear that the only way you will lose weight is when diabetes takes your leg.
I think I said something like, she doesn't look that expensive or something like that.
Sure, that sounds about right.
Yeah, you know, a good riff. Really disrespectful.
Yeah, very disrespectful riff.
I could go fuck.
To a Greeley guy in a basement comedy club under a King Soopers? Yeah, that guy's gonna fight me. Yeah. And the thing is Greeley doesn't have like the budget for security. So instead, and comedians are not really fighters. And even though Ben Roy now is a fighter, and I think he would have probably punched the guy if he had fucked with me for real.
No, I do not do manual labor.
But he's just sitting there and he's laughing and he's drinking and he's just like, haha. And then he uses the first like 10 minutes of his set to like laugh at what a fucking pussy I am. Like, I mean, just how hard I back down, bro. Like, I was like, whoa, hey man, I didn't, no, I'm sorry. I was trying to like, that came out wrong. She's beautiful. You guys have been great. Like, seriously, you were so nice to us. Like, you stayed. I'm so sorry. Like, please, don't kill me. Please. Jesus Christ. Because he was
Don't take it personal. I have a feeling he would have done it even if you had fought the dude too. I think he would have still clowned you even if you had fought him.
Oh yeah. Ben definitely would have. Actually, shout out to another sober comedian. He's sober for many a year. And another guy who I was like, I respect that. And I think he's a prolific artist in general. Like, he's got a band and he's a comedian. He co-wrote Those Who Can't, comedians who I used to do stand-up with in Denver. They didn't need to leave initially to like make their careers. And like, I mean, it was just inevitable. And then they moved to LA to do the show, but then they now just live back in Denver and they can fucking put out podcasts, do shows, like, you know, release albums, tour from Denver.
Don't tell me he got off, Jeffrey.
That's fucking life.